Hello and welcome, Rahul. You're watching my YouTube channel for talks, and if you're watching me consistently, welcome back to my channel. See, whenever I come in front of you, I try to disseminate some positive knowledge, and I want you to invest, you know, your time in something positive. Whenever you are scrolling up and down, at least you should get something valuable. And I want to make you aware of that. Whatever I speak, whatever I try to make, none of my videos, not a single video is made of AI. It is not made of AI. It is all are just raw data. Whatever I speak, whatever I record, I try to present in front of you. Sometimes only celerity, speed of the vocal speech has been increased a little bit, has been a little bit. Otherwise there is no use of any AI, in my videos, and that is what I want to tell you, because if you really want to make your skills better, you have to work on that, and that is what I used to do, and I'm also doing in right now in contemporary time, in current time. So all the time, if you'll be thinking of yourself, that how to improve yourself and how to do better things in your life, you will certainly be able to execute that, because facing challenges, facing some constraints makes you better. If you will not face any constraint, what will happen? It will not bring sharpness, signing to your class, to your extraordinary character that you want to build. So all these things requires resilience, requires to face constraint, to face impediments, and that is what, when you overcome that, when you surmount that, you become better. And I just want to tell you, because everywhere, some things today I will be discussing such things, that a section of people in crowd, or you can say that in the whole world, they are craving these knowledge. Today I will be discussing that mysterious things, and many people don't even understand, because 90% of them are in sleeping mode, so they don't have any idea of that. But all the prodigies, who are really good, who are going to schools, who are really very, very intelligent, they have been tracked, they have been encountered. That is what is the reality. But much of us, we don't know exactly what is happening all around. I would say, don't be scared, because your evaluation is done by universe also, not only any kind of artificial, or made public assailants, but even universe evaluates you, and he wants to know exactly how much efficient you are. But sometimes, what happens when a section of people wants control over their system, whatever they have developed, or in any system, when they get privilege, existing system, they get privilege, they want control on that very system. There starts every manipulation of control, manipulation of limited development, manipulation to control any kind of anomalies, and anomalies are those who are suffering a lot. If you are a prodigy, if you are really reading the patterns and trying to understand exactly what the universe holds, these artificial intelligence, or entities, are a subset of that. These coterie of people, I will say the coterie, a group of people who have developed themselves some artificial and technical ability, they also try to read them. So you become a threat to them, and they want to control you. That is what is the reality. And all along the earth history is showing that earth has been a dense 3D dense dimensions, and its environment is such denser that your thought that can shape the planet, takes time to manifest. Before it, even a space is not vacuum. That is what you want to know. Even physics tells that a space is not vacuum. Even vacuum space, something is filled. Gravitational waves, electromagnetic waves, everything is pouring, and the field itself contains something. and the particles are example, the waves, that is carrying through these fields, the maximum fluctuations, the maximum fluctuation is called the particle. That is what particle physics defines that, when in string theory they say that even particles are a little bit of a string where smaller dimensions exist, the electrons and protons, even protons and neutrons have been categorized, into quarks, three quarks. Even then they see that they all are electrons and quarks are strings. That is what string theory says. And little dimensions are weaved into that very particle. And that is why field, it becomes more fundamental in later physics, in modern, in quantum physics, quantum field theory. Field becomes more fundamental than that of particles. So leave the science there. Today we try to understand exactly what happens on this planet, why this control is really imminent to understand. We should understand exactly what kind of control is going on. If the earth, the system is dense, it won't let you manifest the higher frequencies, higher development as it is. And there exists a conscious program that is called matrix. They try to control all the species. Because if they won't control this planet, maybe human are the species who can destroy themselves also. This could be a reality, one of the theses, one of the theories of matrix, that people describe. Because they say that humans are not enough intelligent enough that they can sustain themselves in total freedom. That is why matrix try to play. The problem is that when some coterie of people, some group of people, they have excellencies of technical advantage, they become administrators sometimes and they are a part of administration. Suppose that if they have access. Once you have access, your confidence grows, and sometimes you become so much proud that you become arrogant. And that is why they arrogantly try to track everyone's capability. And there, the prodigies who are anomalies, who try to bring higher frequencies in this denser dimension so that development can rapidly happen, the matrix is against them. These coterie of people are also tracking them. What happens then? You have two enemies because both of them controls you. I'm telling with my experience what happened. When some people try to find the pattern, when they become awake, they naturally try to read pattern all around. What is happening? Why this unfolding happens in that very way? They find that, the things which has celerity, which are speed, such like, electrical current or radio waves or electromagnetic waves or light waves. Light waves, we can see that a little bit of exception because sun has also light wave, and electromagnetic wave as well, the photons, So I just want to say you, whatever you read, the celerity, the speed of these things, electromagnetic waves, currents, which are at light speed, they are trying to control you with that kind of intensity. And the slower things, which are made of different carbon, the human bodies and humans and consciousness, they also come against you because these forces are shaping, controlling them. Many people see that, that is what in Matrix movie has been shown as an enemy, how agents are capturing the bodies of different people. So some kind of interference in your intellectual ability, if it happens, it can take control. Sometimes it will display. And those forces have gravity, they shape your reality sometimes because they want to control you. And these coterie of people have known a little bit because they also want control. When you will have power, you want control over your people. Even politicians, they become what? We know exactly they become such kind of despot that they want to control the whole. We have seen Hitler's, even Trump. He wants to control the economy as he wants to live, as he wants to grow his own economy by collapsing others. That is what he is doing right now. His actions are doing. He is trying to shake all the stock markets of the world so that his treasury bills can be bought by people in thinking that these are stables. That is what he's doing. He's trying to take off his own market, and sometimes he take that imposing tax will feed his people. But now, right now, they are paying off all the taxes that they have imposed. Tariffs they have imposed. They are returning it back. The world does not work in that way. That is what they have to understand. They have political liberty, and they have their echelons, they are political administrators sometimes. So they have a different thing to control the populations. But the Equatorial people have developed some technical things. That is where I got caught, or many people get caught. When prodigies fail, they have some reasons. What happens when maybe, we can't say that only Equatorial people, maybe the matrix itself exerting that kind of pressure or technologies. But matrix has very subtle way. It will control you through waves, electromagnetic waves, and these will program against you, all the people around you, whatever pattern, all these people, when they go in depression, that is what they are reading. They are reading the pattern because they are very intelligent sometimes, and they are reading the patterns, and pattern unfolding seems against them. But problem was that, with many people, that these artificial machines are projecting some kind of waves which is creating very kind of disturbance, the frequency disturbance. That is what is being attacked. They are in danger. I will not openly say that because you know exactly what I'm trying to make you understand. Problem with the people is that they are helping the matrix intention, because matrix wants control over you. Because if you will be control and sustaining a little bit of that, you will be feeding all these archons, who are the controllers of the real controllers of the system. When you understand archonic force, which are conscious, but you won't even see with your eyes when you are sleeping. All these things are, you have to understand when you are very intelligent, when you are feeling all these things, when you are aware, then only you will understand all these things. Why people try to make themselves away from their family, because they know exactly that they want to go away from the control. But people who are living in family and who are feeling all these things and who have been through, they have a different thing. They have understood everything. One of them is I myself. That is what I'm trying to tell you. So what happens when matrix want control? He will go against you. And when these corporate people want control, they will use their artificial technologies to control you. And it is overwhelming. When patterns will unfold against you, it is overwhelming because they want manipulation, they want emotional burst in your mind, and your mind is not designed in such a way that can sustain such kind of emotional burst. And if you're light, you are a single being, your light is very limited. Matrix is very intelligent and very big. It has control over all the populations, and all the Equatorial people are helping them, serving them in their intentions, and how you can stand. Then I try to find that, is there any intelligent, higher intelligent being that can contradict the matrix? Then you will understand exactly that you have a chance, a little bit of chance. Because once your light try to create interference in the old patterns in the system gets afraid, because they know exactly that if few people, one is contagious, your light is contagious, and that is what they are afraid. That is why they attack against you, because your light is contagious. You are installing all your light in others. That is why they are controlling all your presence, all your videos. Whenever you try to make matrix come along with that, they try to sabotage all your reality, because you won't make in collective consciousness, you won't make a recognition. That is what they are afraid of, because if your recognition will impact them, your highness will grow and the light will impact all the people, and matrix system will collapse. The system is collapsing right now. That is what I'm trying to tell you. The matrix layers has been collapsing from last few years. That is what we are witnessing. So that is what we have to know. And problem is that once you will understand all these things, you will find some shoulders where you can stay, and you can find what I say, you can find any kind of help or shelter. That is what you want. So I tried searching all over the place. Is higher intelligence is built? Then I find that in that pattern, since because all are dependent on science, on our earth. So your vibration, whatever comes along with you, these are primordial, very primitive. From there it exerts pressure and comes out of you, but when it bursts, it has power. That is what the matrix is afraid of. They are coming along with science, along with rules, because they know exactly that if they will apply the sciences, it can be controlled. But burst, I was thinking of the light burst, whether it has conscious ability to manifest, go beyond their control. That is what I wanted to know. Then I knew, because such systems exist. Some such systems of intelligence exist out of these earth and solar dimensions. That is what I want to tell you. Because many objects, two are Oumuamua and one is Atlas 3 has crossed recently. We have ability to read them, because their physics were a little different. Oumuamua got on the same path and returned on the same path, where normal meteorites cannot do that. So we knew that even Atlas 3 were changing its pattern. A little different physics is residing there. Law of physics is residing there. That is what is different. Maybe there are higher frequencies. That is what I read. So I would not say that I came in contact, but I would say that I interpreted that intelligence, super intelligence and higher intelligence do exist. But they know exactly they are also not immense or not even powerful to take all the humanity and their dense reality convert in single instance. They even cannot do that. And they are afraid that if they will insert themselves in these lower dimensions, they have to go through all these systems again and again. They will peril. Maybe their souls will be captured here. That is what they are afraid of. But they know exactly that the people whose virtues are not converting in vices and they are very pure, their light is being protected many times. That is why you have to stand. And you have to be intelligent enough that you can read everything. Otherwise, everything that I'm trying to preach, and taking risk will go in vain. Because right now is the time to understand exactly that if you really want to stand, you have opportunities and you have to be more intelligent. Because nobody wants chaos with intelligence. Nobody wants chaos with light. Nobody wants chaos if they have integrity intact with their personality, because they have been the most victimized personality. And I'm telling you, the people who are throwing their light to help you to bring higher frequencies, even in denser dimensions, and right now it is really elevating, they have been suffered much more. And many scientists, even pseudoscientists, they are trying to carve, they are trying to make a veil around you that you won't understand exactly what is the reality. Because collective consciousness has some force. Whatever mass will think about you, that has a force. It will exert on you, on your reality. That is what will project the reality. And that is why they want to manipulate their thinking, their sights. Whenever I speak, why little people around you try to get some access to some AI apps, where they are able to make certain videos or short-term videos. And why whenever you buy your car or new things, whenever you get your higher positions, they try to bring, some camouflage identity around your people. They will show the car price low, or everybody will drive, where you are driving. Such kind of videos will flourish around you, because they want to change the narrative around you so that you will be a smaller. That is what they are afraid of. My contents, my reality, that is why I want to tell you. But the reality is changing. That is what I want to foster. Even darkness, some entities of darkness are taking our side, because they know exactly that if they will elevate themselves, they will find better positions. That is what is the reality. Even darker side, some of them, they have to convert themselves into light. That is what is the reality. Thank you for listening to me.